What's going on, guys? It is Bernardo, and today is all about using an upgrade package within SCCM. So let's get right into it. All right, so today is all about creating a Windows 11 upgrade package, but we're going to also create a task sequence, and within the task sequence, we are also going to modify it to bypass the core requirements, such as TPM, CPU, secure boot, and all that other good stuff. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I had a couple of machines that are not able to get Windows 11, and I needed to kind of manipulate things for them to get Windows 11, and this is how I did it. So let's head into the configuration manager, which is right here. Once you have configuration manager up and running, we need to go into software. Within software, we're going to go into operating systems. Within operating systems, we are going to go into operating systems upgrade packages, and we're going to right click on the node. We're going to select add operating system upgrade package. You're going to get the wizard, and we're going to click on browse. Now, behind the scenes, I already did the following. I created a folder within my sources location, and it is Windows 11 v24h2. You're able to push 25h2 or whatever version that you want. I'm going to be pushing out 24h2 because I wanted to test it out. But behind the scenes, I created this folder. I downloaded the ISO version of 24h2. I, mounted it. I took all the content within the ISO and I placed it inside this folder. That's what I did behind the scenes. Hopefully you guys know how to do that. If not, just let me know and I'll do a quick video for you guys. So I selected the folder. I clicked on select folder. I'm going to uncheck the first box. By checking this box, you are agreeing that when applying this operating system to the device, either one, blah, blah, blah. So check that off. And we're going to check off the second option, extract the specific image index. And I'm going to click on the dropdown and I'm going to pick my flavor. I'm going to pick number 3. I'm going to click next here. I'm going to click on the dropdown for language and I'm going to pick my language. Now for the flavor, you got 86 or 64. I'm going to select 64 and I'm going to click on next. Now give it a name and give it a version or comment. This is up to you. I gave it the following. I'm going to click next here. A nice little summary, click next. And it's going to try to export that single image from that WIM image. Once it's done, you're going to get the following. Hopefully you get the following, which is a good thing. We're going to click on close. Now we're going to select our upgrade package and we're going to right click on it. And we're going to select distribute content. You're going to get the wizard. So click next here. We're going to click on add. We're going to click on distribution point. I'm going to select my DP. And I'm going to click on OK. I'm going to click next here. A nice little summary. Let's click next. And green check mark, which is good. Let's click on close. Great. Now at the top of the toolbar, let's click on refresh. There it goes. Click on it. And at the very bottom, at the content status, it should change to in progress. Give it some time. You can refresh it again and it should change to success. Once it's success, I typically like to go to the next step. Just give it some time. Don't go jump into the next step until this turns green. Next step is let's head over to the left-hand side and let's click on task sequences. We're going to right click on task sequences and we are going to click on create task sequence. Now within here, we're going to select the third option, which is upgrade an operating system from an upgrade package, because that's what we just did. We created an upgrade package. So select that. Click on next. Give your task sequence a name. I gave it the following. Click on next. Upgrade package. It's time for us to select our upgrade package. So click on browse. And I only have one. If you have multiple, select the one that you want to deploy. So I'm going to select the one that we created. We're going to click OK. And we're going to click on next. For updates, I left it as the default. So I click next here. For applications, I'm not going to do anything. I left it as is. Click next here. A nice little summary. Click next. Green check mark, which is always a good thing within SCCM. So click on close. Great. Now it is time for us to modify the task sequence because, like I said before, we want to bypass the core requirements during the upgrade process because Microsoft got smart And when you try to upgrade a current Windows 11 machine to the latest version, there's some type of algorithm or mechanism that checks these requirements. If the requirements are not, met, you're not able to upgrade. So I want to trick it and bypass that stuff. So we are going to be using the following registry tweaks, and we're going to add these within our task sequence. Let's head over to our configuration manager, select our new task sequence, and we're going to right click on it. We're going to click on edit. And within here, I'm going to select prepare for upgrade. And I'm going to click on add. And I'm going to select new group. From here on the right-hand side where it says name, and we're going to change the name to this. Well, you could change it to whatever you want. And I'm going to select our new folder or group, and I'm going to move it all the way to the bottom at the very end. Now, within this folder, I am going to be creating a couple of things. So we're going to click on add. We're going to click on general, and we're going to select run command line. For the name, I gave it the following. And for the command line, I provided this. I just copied and pasted from my cheat sheet to this. And I click on apply. And it's basically a rinse and repeat. I did it a couple more times. I added a command line. I did a second one. And I paste the second tweak. I did the third one. Again, rinse and repeat. And then I created the last one, the fourth one. I clicked apply, I clicked OK, and my task sequence is good to go. Now, let's select our task sequence. We're going to right click on it, and we're going to select deploy. I am going to click on browse for the collection. You're going to get this warning, so click OK, and select your, collection. I'm going to select my Windows 11 devices. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click next here. For deployment, you have two options. If you click on the drop-down, you have available or required. Now, for this video, I did available. That's all I did. I left it as is. I click next. For scheduling, I left it as a default. I click next here. For user experience, the only thing that I checked off was system restart if required to complete the installation. And I click next here. For alerts, I did not do anything here, so I click next. For the distribution point, I left everything as the default and I clicked on next. A nice little summary, click next here, green check mark, which is great, and I clicked on close. Now let's head over to assets and compliance. And within here, I'm going to go into device collections. And I'm going to select Windows 11 devices. I'm going to double click on that. And this is the PC that actually got that task sequence advertised to it. So let's remote into this PC. So I logged into PC02. On the desktop, I have a PC01 remote desktop file. So I double clicked on it to establish the connection. It was logging me in. I logged into PC01. I did a Windows version just to show you guys that it is running 23H2. And eventually what happened when I was in this machine, I got a notification that a new software was available within Software Center, which was great. So I clicked on start. I typed in Software Center. I clicked on the Software Center app. Operating systems have a notification, so I clicked on that. And there goes our task sequence. So if you click on the task sequence, you're able to click install. Now, stay tuned. I did capture maybe 10 to 13 minutes of the process. It took a while, so I kind of cut it short. But then eventually, once everything completed, I started the recording again to show you how everything worked. The only problem with this is that it creates the windows.old folder, and that folder is like really huge. So I have to do a follow-up video with you guys, and the follow-up video would be to modify the task sequence to delete that windows.old folder, because sometimes, well, technically Microsoft's supposed to delete that folder, but it doesn't at times. So adding that particular section to remove it within your task sequence is just being proactive to just clean up. And that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.